Welcome back everyone. We were learning things about arrays. Now in this lecture we are going to learn how to easily access each element of the array. Now to understand this concept, first let's go ahead and create an array. So I want you guys to pause this video and try creating an array. It can be of any data type you want. Alright, I'm going to create one now, and it's going to be of the string data type because I want this lesson to be a little bit interesting because printing out numbers isn't just fun. So it can be any name. Let's just call it fruits. Alright, so we have string fruits. It has the values apples, oranges, grapes. Yeah, that's about it. It's a small array. Now why is there a line? Okay, we missed the bracket. It is curly bracket. Alright, so we made an array. I told you that we want to access each element of the array. So you guys must be wondering, suppose we want to print each element of this array, why not we do like this, system.out.println, like we learned in our last lecture. Why not just fruits 0, and the same way do for fruits 1, fruits 2, and that way. Yeah, we could do it that way. It is fine when we are just having 3 elements, but what if we are having an array of 100 elements? You don't want to go ahead and type in system.out 0th element, first element, all the way up to 100. There must be a simple way to do it. Now this is where iterations come in. You remember a while back we learned about the for loop, right? Now this is one of the most common applications of a for loop. What we're going to do is we use a for loop, int I, which is our loop variable. It will start from 0 because the first element is 0. So I is our looping variable. Now next step is to add the condition. Now this loop will run as long as the last element of the array. So how do we do that? To get the count of the elements of array, what we need to do is, there's a simple way of doing this. In this case it's just 3. You could just type in I less than 3. But to make this a little bit more interesting, to get the size of an array, you could type the name of the array, use the dot operator, and length. Now what this does is that this loop will run until the end of the array. Now the last step is just to increment it. Alright, so loop will be working perfect condition. It will start from 0 and it will go all the way until the last element of the array. Now to automatically get the size of the array, we use the array name, the dot operator, and length. Now by doing this, you get the size of the array. You could do either this or just type in 3 because we already know the size of the array. Okay, our next step is to print out each of these elements. So to do that, it is very simple. Print line fruits I. Voila, we got apples, oranges, and grapes, each printed in a new line. So instead of just going ahead and typing fruits of 0, fruits of 1, fruits of 2, we used a simple for loop to access each element of the array. Now isn't that awesome? Now this is one of the most commonly used applications of for loop. We can use a loop to access each element of the array and manipulate it as we want. Okay, so that is all about accessing each element of the array using a loop. So I hope this concept is crystal clear to you. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.